The next question. My co-parent refuses to share food information. One child eats no meat aside from McDonald's chicken nuggets. Daycare has refused to share information due to lack of staff. How can I approach this situation to improve it? All right, there's a lot kind of wrapped up in how I'm going to approach this, but the first thing is, you know, consider whether there are legitimate dietary issues or health issues. So for developing kids who are developing normally, they often go through phases where they only eat bologna sandwiches or peanut butter sandwiches or chicken nuggets. And most of them, if you ask your pediatrician, will learn to branch out on a broad range of foods over time. So if it's not immediately affecting their health, or they don't have a dietary issue like allergy or celiac disease or something, then check with your pediatrician. It might be something that you're sweating and you don't really need to sweat. The other thing I would say here is that, once you're no longer operating as team parents and you are in two separate households and you're kind of operating as co-CEOs of raising your children, your co-CEO gets to decide what goes on in their house. They don't have to do it just like you. So you might cook nutritious, wholesome food every single meal and not give them processed food and not give them fast food. And that's great. If that, there's no denying that that's healthier. But if that's not your co-parents' value system, it's not how they live their life, it's not how they prioritize things, sometimes if it's not directly impacting the child's health, you just have to hope that what you're doing to model for your child and to nourish your child while they're with you is going to have a positive impact on their health and also their lifetime food choices and food preferences. So keep at it. Ask your co-parent, encourage them to share, have a dialogue about whether you can get on the same page. But once you're separated, you're kind of losing the ability to micromanage what the other parent does in the other parent's households. And that's a hard thing to accept when it's first happened. And maybe it's hard always, especially if you were the person who is primarily nurturing this tiny little human and now you're leaving this tiny little human or not so tiny little human in the care of somebody who hasn't been accustomed to understanding their preferences and needs and health the way that you examine it. You got to hope for the best and trust that your co-parent loves your child and would keep them safe no matter what.